Yo, what's happening, people? Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's happening? What's this now? What's going on now? Well. What's happening, people? Welcome to the halftime with Vegeta Summer, and welcome back to the Vegeta and Banks Show. If I'm not mistaken, it's been like a month. I know it's called the Vegeta and Banks Show, people, but my guest is running just a little bit late. Sorry about that, people. I know there are some people who want to say some stuff to my guest host. My fellow co-host. But I'll bring him in when he pulls up. But for now, you just got me. And that's okay, guys. That's okay. Even though this is the Vegeta and Bank Show, we will drop the link later on, people. But before we get started and get into this video, people, as you can see, sorry about my video, guys. I don't know. Whenever I use OBS, my video just decides it's not working today. But shout out to Purple Ostrich Media for making this possible. The graphics, sponsoring that. Appreciate you guys. Their link to their Instagram page is in the description video. Please follow them. And then just on any one of their posts, comment Vegeta sent us here so that they know that their money is not going to waste. Shout out to you, Purple Ostrich Media. Of course, people, you can see my comment on the screen. Please like the video. We are trying to grow the channel. I don't know if this subscriber count is still accurate. I will fix it. But we're basically trying to get to 500 subscribers, people. I'm still aiming for November because that's my birthday month. If we can get to 500 by November, that'll be nice. And of course, guys, shout out to the Football Power Hour, guys. That's usually where you'll see me, but I will try to make an effort to also be here as well. And of course, guys, share this video so that other people can enjoy the content. Don't be stingy. And if you're new here, if you just happen to come across this video, YouTube's been gracious enough to say, hey, look, here's a new guy. Give him a shot. Please subscribe. Yes, I am a United fan, as you can see from the background. But we don't just talk United on here. We talk United. We talk Arsenal. We talk Real Madrid because of my co-host. We talk Kaizer Chiefs because I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan if you follow the PSL in South Africa. A lot of content regarding that coming. Probably going to do a lot of pre-recorded stuff for that. That'll be the best way to do that. Especially with the transfer stuff. Obviously, haven't been as active as our rivals. No confirmations from a Kaizer Chiefs perspective. But at least United, there's things to talk about. You've seen the title, people. You've read the video description. Let's not waste any more time. Without further ado, people, let's get into today's topics. United. This is an interesting statement to make. United are moving differently. And I don't wanna sound like I'm over gassing the transfer window that we're having. It's just one confirmed signing, one about to be confirmed, and a couple of pretty decent links that we have. Some outgoings that we didn't think would happen seem to be on the brink of happening. So when I say we're moving different, usually we have to wait until August, maybe July, if we're lucky, before there's real movement, because we'll be linked to this player, we'll be linked to that player. Our new coaches will go on tour. Some players might get signed while they're on tour, then they'll join them on tour, which doesn't allow the manager to work with them. Some of them won't even be back, will not even join the team until the league season has started. Then it's a whole mess now because they're trying to get up to speed with their teammates and the league, and it's a chamos, it's a mess, and such has been the cycle of Manchester United in terms of our windows. We don't always get our first, second, third, or even fourth choices. We end up with people who, quite frankly, are not even good enough to warm our benches. On the odd occasion, we do sign good people. But even with those good people that we do sign, it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough because we haven't lifted a Premier League since 2013. Yes, since 2013. Funny how fast time flies, right? We look at Liverpool, what was it, 30 odd years, and we say it can't happen to us. We look at Arsenal, what is it, 20 plus years now? Can't happen to us. But when you're not moving correctly in the transfer window, when you're not appointing the right management team, when you don't have the right footballing structures, and you're not investing accordingly, 30 years is possible. That's why I say United are moving a little bit differently. The window, we had an early window because of the Club World Cup, obviously, that opened, and we signed Cunha. Now, context. It's not that we were linked to Cunha the day before and then we signed him. We were linked to Cunha since January already. So there was already a lot of groundwork. But traditionally, that's how transfers work. You don't wait until the actual window, whether it's the summer or the winter window, to try and negotiate a deal across. You prepare months in advance. And the fruits of that months in advance show when you're able to sign a player on the day the window opens. And you know what? Shout out to Cunha. Cunha seems to be happy. He seems to want to be here. I don't know how I feel about people being angry at players wanting Champions League football. I can understand from a player's perspective because it's their career. Some people want to join a startup. Some people want to join a mega company. Each to their own. And at the end of the day, let's not pretend like people don't want to join whatever club they want to join because of the prestige of that club. It's the reason why when even our clubs have to succumb to the pressures of teams like Real Madrid, you know. I mean, even when we were winning Premier Leagues, we lost players like Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't begrudge people who say they want to come if there's Champions League football because the career of a footballer is pretty short. But shout out to Cunha. And I'm pointing out a lot of these things regarding our window so far because we're gonna go through certain phases on this channel where we're gonna look at the beginning of the transfer window, we're gonna look at the middle of the transfer window, we're gonna look at the end when the window's closed and we can't be signed to anybody. We're gonna evaluate each stage and we're gonna gauge the temperature in the room. We're gonna speak about it honestly because at the beginning people were saying we need to sign players because we need to not finish 15th again. But I don't trust Ineos. And I get it. These are the people that basically kept the Glazers, I don't want to say in a job because they still own the club. It's not their job. But they basically kept them here against the better will of the people. Let me see if I can increase my volume. Sorry. While I'm doing my expected monologues. So people were not trusting the Glazers. And then, of course, not the Glazers, Ineos. And then, of course, you had the financial cut down, saving money where they could. Some of the sorry, fire, wow, English. Some of the staff members that were sacked, we were not happy about it. You're sacking the cafeteria people, you're sacking this person, you're sacking that person. When the huge bulk of our debt stays with either our loans or with the players that we're paying for. So a lot of people questioned Ineos's approach. And then, of course, we've got the appointment of our footballing structures. Omar Barada, Wilcox, and at the time, Dan Ashworth. Dan? Yeah, that guy. The one who wanted, what's his name? Southgate. That guy. Yeah, that one. And then a few months, I want to say a few months, it felt shorter. We find out that these people are not on the same page. Wilcox and Barada are pulling in one direction, and Dan Ashworth is pulling in another one. It's a disaster class. We compound that by the fact that we kept Ten Hag, and now we got rid of him. I think it was just after 10 games into the season. And we've hired a manager with no preseason, no transfer window, and we've also fired our director of football. So the lack of faith, I suppose, for lack of a better word, is understandable. While I also feel it's to a degree unfair. Because while Ineos had its faults, sorry guys, I'm just looking at my network dropping here, and I'm just wondering what I'm sounding like on the other side. But while we cast judgment, I always say to people when hello, while Ineos joined United and we had to accept that I feel Qatari is no longer a thing. I said to people, Ineos are going to make their mistakes. Now I didn't expect them to make that many mistakes that quickly, but I said to people, Ineos will make mistakes. And they should be afforded the room to make those mistakes, as long as we don't get relegated, something extreme like that. But Ineos needs to be given the opportunity to fail, because they are coming into a mess, essentially. Even without their, I don't want to say, how do I say, what is it in English? Even without them having to do anything or lift a finger, guys. Because I feel like with United fans, hindsight becomes too common. People will say stuff like, we should have fired Ten Hag at the end of the season. We shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't have done that. Hindsight. That's what we have become as a fan base, right? Hindsight. That's where we live. But I always felt like it was unfair, because outside of the obvious mistakes like keeping Ten Hag, hiring a guy, paying his servants package so that he can start immediately. A lot of the criticisms that Ineos had, when you actually analyzed it, it had more to do with the past mistakes than with Ineos's actual mistakes. So like I'm saying, Ineos made mistakes. I didn't say Ineos didn't make mistakes. I didn't say Ineos is perfect. I just said that the brushstroke we were using to judge them was actually wielded by your Woodwards, your Richard Arnolds, that whole crew. And these people had to come in to a house that basically became a crack house. We had waterfalls, we had rats. Apparently the toilets are all over the place. We are spending money that goes out of our ears on players that are not delivering. So guys, it's not like they were coming to a good situation, like a situation that's like, okay, the house is not what I want it to be, but a few DIYs here and there, if I add a wall here, some paint. It was just, yeah. Like when you pass a place and you can see that this was once a nice place, and then time happened, it got dilapidated, and then somebody says, I'll buy it and I'll try to see if I can restore it to its former glory. That's essentially what Ineos was working into. That's why I said Ineos will make mistakes, because I've never walked into a job and been perfectly perfect at my entire job. Even if I'm an expert in what I've been hired to do, I'm going to make mistakes because of several reasons. And I need to work for people who understand that I'm going to make those mistakes under the assumption that I've got the capability to quickly learn and pivot, right? And I agree with what Artifact is saying here. Time will tell, ultimately, whether Ineos are good owners or not. But I feel like we gave them one summer to try and undo over a decade worth of nonsense and rot, right? And we people wrote them off. Some, and you know what, guys, we're human beings. I'm not going to judge people because some people were like, yeah, these guys, and then all of a sudden they're like, yo, say sorry to Ineos. I'm not there, guys. I'm an evidence based person because as new evidence presents itself, your thoughts are going to change. That's just natural, right? You can't just pick a side and stay there. It's crazy. So like if Ruben goes from 15th to winning the Premier League and I still want Ruben out, does that make sense? There's new evidence to say that we had this season and we had this season, and it would in this current juncture, what I want doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, no, that Ineos thing was unfair. And I said, guys, let's give them their, what is it? They said like Project 2028 or whatever. Let's give them their 3 seasons or whatever. I don't really, and I don't know what the plan with Ruben is because I failed to see that plan last season. I just saw a person who had an idea that they were not going to change, and it wasn't working, and they were okay to drop points for a Europa League that we didn't win. But Ineos, to their credit, didn't do what we always do, and that's just fire a person because it's convenient. They let us go through the pain and kept Ruben sharp. When they did that, we said, guys, fine, you guys don't want to fire him. Me, I wanted him gone, personally. And you can say, yo, we're going to be in the same merry-go-round, wara wara, wara wara, sharp. Me, I wanted Ruben gone, sharp. Fast forward, June. Summer window opens, signing. Sorry, guys. Got distracted. Um, and I want us to talk about where we are right now because it's the 26th of June. We've made a signing. We've seen the interview. I want to say we are happy. Most people are happy with, they can see you. Most people are happy with Cunha. Enter Spurs, who thought they could, apparently, allegedly, I don't know how true it is, make a 70 million deal, drag the manager. Come on, guys. We learned this thing with Gyökeres that it doesn't help to just say manager tax. Like, that's okay. Like, the player will still want what the player still wants. But lucky for us, Mbwems said, nah, guys, chill. I want United. And United fans were happy. Me personally, guys, signings need to happen irrespective of whether I'll get excited or not. It's not about that. Quite frankly, you know? What's going on here? Okay. Me, I don't care. What I care about is what's going to happen on the pitch. Because we can sign Prime CR7 again, Prime whoever. And if we go into this season and we do nonsense again, it was pointless. That's why a part of me, actually a big part of me, not even a small part of me, is not enthused. I don't feel the same way this window. And it's not because the signings are bad, guys. It's because last season fundamentally broke me as a United fan. In the sense that we had what I think, personally, was one of the better transfer windows, period, that we've had in a while. Because I think those guys will still do a good job for us this season, despite the fact that they were part of the team that helped us to finish 15th, I want to say. So it's not to say that I'm not happy about Cunha. I've watched them play against United in the Premier League. I've watched them play against other teams. I've seen how good Mbuemo and Cunha are. If we also get Victor Gyökeres, fantastic. I see we're being linked to a midfielder. Onana doesn't want to leave that that guy. Let me not cuss people's children on stream. It's fine. Mara, I still am not, guys. When I say Mara, it just means but in vernacular in South Africa. Mara, I am not enthused because this thing of us, and it's not just United fans, guys. I've seen it with Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, and it's funny I'm pointing at those teams because the teams of the fans of the teams that are winning the actual league are not doing what we're doing. Of hey, we won the transfer window. Those people, those people sign their people and then they move on with life. They win the Premier League, and then yeah, they are happy. Whereas the rest of us, we sign people. I don't know if it's desperation because we are so bad. I don't know if we're just desperate to have a seat at the table. But I'm like, guys, maybe at some point as fans, we just need to learn how to move like assassins. Just move in silence. You know how the P in psychology is silent. Just move like that. If these people happen to perform, and even the performing might not be enough, guys, because look at Arsenal. Arsenal finishes second, and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. Because on the one occasion where the person who usually beats you is not competing, you still don't win. It's so demoralizing, especially when it's been 20 plus years. Because if you're a fan of these clubs, and there's only one Premier League, guys. That's the other reality. There's one Premier League. And we're all fighting for it. And I feel like a big part of us is so desperate to lift that thing again, especially with the whole 12 years, 13 years, 20 years thing hanging over our head. We don't want to be the club that went 30 years. That no, everyone we sign, we try to, yeah, we're going to win the league. Yeah. And I'm like, guys, chill, bro. Even if we have preseason and preseason works out, it doesn't mean it's going to translate to the league. Heck, I don't. These guys, Worms got like 20 goals last season. I think Cunha got like 15 or something. Guys, I can't celebrate the achievements of these players because those were for their other clubs. I can be encouraged because I'm like, okay, cool. We these people have played in this league. They've done it in this league. Can that translate? Because now they're making a vertical step up, even though some of those teams they finished above us, but they're making a vertical climb in the sense that they're going to a club where the expectation is not to be in the middle. Is not Europe is a bare minimum consistently, not just this season. We expect to be in Europe consistently. We're expecting to win an FA Cup, a League Cup consistently. And when we are in Europe, we are trying to win it. Even when we're in the Champions League and we're not of the caliber, we still want to try and win it because of us and who we are and the heritage and what we've come to support. And to the young people who don't know, Sham, sorry for you. As we saw the nice times. So there's an expectation that we have. It's not good enough to just have 3 wins here, 10 draws, and then a couple of wins there. No. That's why I've said a minimum expectation of let's stop the negative goal differences. That's embarrassing. Let's not be in the bottom half for like 80% of the season. That's also embarrassing. Top 6, guys, is also embarrassing with all due respect because they shouldn't be 5 other teams better than us. Ooh. My Evil Max is losing. Okay, there we go. We are back. We are back. Anyway, guys, let me bring in my guest, and then we'll continue the expect monologues. But all I'm trying to say is me, where I'm standing right now with this window as a Man United fan. It's alright. We will see the fruit. What do they say? The evidence will be in the fruit. Like when the tree brings forth the fruit, we will know whether this is a good window or not. Because I'm tired of winning the transfer window, but to lose in the league. It doesn't make sense to me. But yo, whoa, what's happening? Why is it saying offline here? What's going on? Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you, bro.
Hello.
What's happening, bro? What you saying to me?
Yo. Um, that stream, that channel that you are the main host on now. People on there, some of kind of annoying, but people just need to. What it is now, United fans annoy me. I can't lie to you, Vegeta. 'Cause they're trying to make us forget that I finished 15th last season with a minus goal difference.
Twice, back to back, bro.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
my
we've also forgetting that we have Tottenham win their first trophy in how many years? And can I talk about one more thing? I think my internet's a bit buggy. I think it's just this software. I'm not sure what it is.
yeah, I think it's struggling a bit. Or maybe it's just my internet, bro. You know what, bro?
Yeah,
I'm gonna I'm
kind
gonna
of
go.
like United, really.
I'm gonna go have a look at my internet, but feel free to express yourself. Like, how do you feel about this window? And also, it goes hand in hand with the fans to a degree because I'm a little bit frustrated with how
Yeah,
quickly people are getting happy. I don't know if that's if that's the right way of phrasing it because we've only done technically one signing and one is a almost, and we've heard title charge, bro. Like, I'm confused. Hang on. Oh, my internet is moving crazy. This is nuts. This is so annoying, guys. Of course, I have to come to my own channel for this nonsense to happen. Yo, Monch, can you still hear me, bro? Am I still here? Chat, am I still here?
yeah, I can hear you, but this internet, this software is making my computer a bit buggy, so I'm gonna have to call it a day, unfortunately.
Shout out to you, bro. You know what? I am gonna make a plan to not use this and be on an alternate stuff. But shout out to you, bro. Shout out.
Yeah, big up, bro. I'll see you later. Take
Cheers,
care.
bro. Cheers, bro. Guys, I'm sorry, ne? I know I said we're trying to get to like 500 people's, and this is not a good advertisement of the 500 people's. So I'm going to try and keep talking. I'm going to keep talking, obviously. I'm going to switch things about. I'm going to add my normal camera to this thing and not the streaming platform. But guys, Artifact, me, I know from past interactions with you on the channel that you are. Yeah, the video is dead. The video is not it. I'm gonna try and sort the video out. But bro, you're an Arsenal fan, bro. Do you know? I've seen your fans also do it, but it's not just my fans. But does it not annoy you that people will win the league before the league has even started, just based on signings? Is it not worth, especially for clubs like ours that haven't fundamentally done it um, over a long period, mind you, to be that overconfident and to still fail at the end of the season? Do you not think that we need to wait and I think wait until May to a degree because we can say January, whatever, but we need to wait over the course of a season to see if what uh, if the work of the transfer window worked essentially, guys. Today's Thursday, ne? Tomorrow's Friday. My English bundles are here. I'm done. I'm tired, guys. But let me switch videos because I'm also tired of this. I'm tired of this nonsense. Yeah. Bye bye. I'm going to close this one. Is this better? Can you guys see me better? Is this less choppy? I'm gonna blame Chrome because now I'm just using my normal camera, as you can see. Let's fix. I think this is better. I'm gonna have to send a different link now for people to call on because yeah, what a wow. Ha, my friend, did you give up on football or what's going on? Like, come on, come on. Hey, brah, wait until your team is lifting the trophy, bro. Bro, bro, you say this, and the trauma of gassing. What's that team called? United against Spurs, bro. Only for Spurs to win a trophy on our watch, bro. But apparently, we had won the transfer window, people. This is the point. And mind you, I haven't been streaming on this channel for a while, so you guys didn't see how annoyed, bro. I remember I was on group chats, bro, and United fans are just, yo, bruh. Like, we like to call other fan bases irritating or obnoxious, bro. But like, I almost wanted to divorce this club because of the fan base, not because of the club, which is crazy because the club is also doing meh things in the league. But I feel like this fan base, out of sheer desperation, is somehow worse. They make me so tired, bro. So tired, bro. Hey, but like I said, bro, I'm not gonna let how I feel about the club, uh, and this fan base, make me look at the transfers themselves. Because, like I said, the things I was saying in the beginning was just to caveat all out that I'm saying now is to say that I don't want to make a quick judgment, um, about this window based on my feelings. In the same way, I don't want to judge Ineos based on the feelings that I have towards the Glazers. Let the people do their jobs. Let the season happen, and then let the games begin. Now, me personally, I'm not also crazy. I'm reasonable. And my demands for next season, I also feel are reasonable. Some might say to go from 15th to top four, number four, is crazy. But if this guy is being backed and this guy is worth his grain of salt, chief, figure it out. This is Manchester. I don't want to not be in the CL. And we don't have Europa to rely on this time. So your best course of getting into Europe, UCL, not even Europe. I'm tired of this Europe thing. Because Europe could be the conference, it could be Europa. I'm tired. I'm tired of these days. I'm tired of, if I'm gonna lose, bruh, let me lose to proper teams. It's fine. Okay? It's okay. Let me go try and lose. But I'm tired of Europa, and I definitely do not want to be in the conference. So I'm not gonna be those people who just say generally Europe. Also, we need the money. Champions League has more money. So Ruben, top four, please, as on believe. It's top four or nothing. What's the other demand? Positive goal difference, guys. Let me check last year's table quickly. Because the goal difference I saw under 10 Hag's second last season and his last season is disgusting. It's nasty. And I want to remind people, because when people are saying title charge, remind people. EPL table, what is it? 20, what do we call it? 24-25 season, eh? This thing of the slash years confuses me sometimes. Look, I have to click on more to see my damn team. Is this the goal difference? Yes, it is the goal difference. After a whole season, what is it? 38 games, people. Manchester United had minus 10 goals. It's a combination of keeping error, no midfield, and a striker that apparently needs to be taught how to apply his trade when he went through an academy. Minus 10. And this wasn't even the first time. The other season was also minus. So I haven't seen a positive goal difference for 2 seasons now. Guys, I'm not even talking points. But let's get to the points, because I want top 4. If this man doesn't somehow secure himself 20 wins, how much did, wait, let me be fair. How much did the league title winners? Okay, 20 might be crazy. because Liverpool had 25 wins, Arsenal had 20 wins, City had 21 wins, and they finished third. Eh. No. But Chelsea had 20 wins. Yeah, I'm right. Ruben, positive goal difference, top four, and 20 wins. Because last season, this is Man United last season, guys. 11 wins. Over 38 games. We won 11 times. People don't understand how bad this is. Between December and his first win, we only had 9 points. How? How do we go 5 months and all we collect is 9 points? 5 months and you get 9 points. You got 3 wins over a period of 5 months. Guys, we got 11 wins. I think it's 9 losses. No, 9 draws. Pardon me. 9 draws. 18 L's. We watched Man United lose 18 times in the Premier League last year. So don't expect me, even with my expectations, to say title charge just because of 2 signings. Can we please climb down from crackhead mountain and just come back to sea level? Let's just breathe in some clean air and clear the fog in our heads. But while we are doing that, we're not going to let Ruben get away with murder again. Because, Ruben, you don't have Europe to fall back on when you are busy losing game after game after game after game. So while it is nice to see Ineos moving differently from the Glazers, while it is nice to see Ineos to a degree securing their targets, not just this season but last season as well, you must not dare come tell us I need another transfer window to do the bare minimum required at this club. Because at the upper echelons, we're supposed to be winning or competing for this title. And competing doesn't mean you were number 2 or 1 right behind them until March. Competing means, you know, the season where Aguero did the Aguero, that's competing. Where we beat Sunderland and still didn't win the league. That is what we call competition. And don't you dare look at the ops and say, Mara, these guys were 10 years behind. No. We are not doing that anymore. And it's applicable not just to the manager, but these players. And I'm going to pivot now to the outgoings. Hey, you see, the outgoings is where I'm going to judge Ineos, to be honest. It's not even the incomings. If these guys get money for Sancho, which they seem to be on the brink of doing somehow, because Juventus is interested, apparently Turkey is interested, Napoli was interested at some point. So there are people who want Sancho. Sancho Sarafina, the freedom fighter, Nelson Sancho. They want him. Thank God. Because I was worried that this man is working out for free. And you know what? It's not even guaranteed yet, guys, because even if United and these clubs agree a deal, this man loves his money, bro. So this guy might decide, nah, it's fine, bro. I'll play Fortnite, collect my money, and at the end of next year, I'll go to whatever club and collect even more money. So if Ineos can pull that off, let's talk about the other one who's part of the Freedom crew. The Freedom Trilogy. It's always trilogies in life for some reason. The second person of the trilogy is the one that Jaden Freedom commented under. The leader, in my opinion, of the revolutionary. Rashford. And don't people dare come here and say the media has convinced me to feel the way I feel. I've got eyes. I'm a grown up. I can see nonsense. I can judge for myself. I don't need to listen to English media that just says things and speculates all the time. I'm not stupid. We've also got media in South Africa. You think we don't know what propaganda looks like? We know. Yes, the media has been unfair to United players. But this guy is also, I've run out of patience with him. And I don't care anymore. So the leader says he wants to go to Barcelona and Barcelona only. Okay, sharp. I'm worried because Barcelona is going to sign Nico Williams. You play in the same position, and then you say, no, but I'm starting to enjoy being a forward now, just like Thierry Henry. Yeah, no, the more I grow, the more I like it. When you didn't like it at United, but whatever, dude. Me, I was angry, but I'm not angry anymore because whatever gets you guys out of here, I'm on board. So if you feel like this stunt is what's gonna get you to your Barcelona move, sharp, do it, bro. But don't let it jeopardize what I'm trying to do and get my money. And I saw in passing, I don't know who reported it, but I saw in passing that it looks like Barca might be making a bid because originally people were talking about uh, loan. I'm tired of this loaning thing as well because it feels like people are using us to fill a quota and to do what they need to do. Then they throw these people back to us. I mean, Betis, I'm looking at you. Don't try it. You guys got money for your player. You better buy Anthony. So if Ineos pulls that off and Barcelona brings the money, Alejandro, the third muchacho, the third of the trilogy. Yes, the one who wore Rashford's jersey, not the Man United one. And then he's the leader of the trilogy said, my brother. And then reports say these guys don't even hang out outside of the team. So we don't even know how is your brother, if that's the case. But you were not Mr. Blonde Hair, Mr. Fake Ronaldo, Mr. Timu Ronaldo. If Ineos also sells you, if they sell the trilogy, miracles, bro. Especially if you get like decent prices because, okay, United quotes 70 million. Okay, that's crazy. Nobody's paying 70 million for Garnacho. But if we can scam Todd Bowley, the way Todd Bowley scammed us with Mount Ineos, you would have done your job. I'm not judging you by the incomings. Yes, the incomings are important. Don't get me wrong. Like life moves on. Like I can't be angry and not want to make signings. I'm not crazy. I'm not an illogical fan. But you see, if those three signings go, and then you know how in the old games there used to be like a bonus round, bro. Like in Street Fighter, you would just be hitting a car, bro. Like the bonus round. You know what I'm talking about. If these people enter the bonus round and somehow by hook and crook get rid of Onana, then you have to put respect on Ineos, bro. 4 key outgoings, if they get these right. If you talk about cleaning up the club, if you want to talk about resetting the culture, that's how you do it, bro. It has to be how you do it, bro. How else are you going to do it? How else? How else are you going to do it? I don't know. If they do these things, guys, I'll do the Maradona. You know when Maradona was like, get rid of Onana. But what goalkeeper you gonna get? Hey, bruh. I saw Atletico saying, hey, bro, we're willing to get rid of Oblak. Mind you, I saw Oblak do nonsense at the Club World Cup, but please, I will take Oblak today. For 25 million euros, Nochal. That's what they were quoting. Bruh, let me tell you. Aston Villa is smoking their socks because if they think we are spending 40 million on Martinez, they're smoking. Aston Villa, FFP is coming for you. Fix your life. Beggars can be choosers. Ask us. But we need to get rid of Onana. And that's without even selling Anthony, people. Who, by the way, I'm going to say this on the record. Out of all those people, he's got the one I've got the least beef with. If he had to stay, I'm not mad at it, bro. Personally, bro. Especially if this guy can replicate somehow, because he's not done it yet for us, but if he can replicate the happiness, the vibes, and the goals of Real Betis, oh, bro, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Oh, looks like my host is ready. And I want my host to be ready because we need to talk about what you call these people. We need to talk about Xavi Alonso. But anyway, guys, United fans, whether you're live, whether you're in the comment section, after the fact, how are you feeling about this transfer window? Do you still not trust Ineos for whatever reason? Please let me know, people. And what is more important, is it the incomings or outgoings? Because people have been too fixated on the outgoings. Guys, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I know my camera is probably gonna go crazy just now, just because I'm opening Chrome. It's gonna move like the ops video. Let's do this. I hate the fact that I have to return back to Video Ninja because Evil Max is letting me down. Wait, Artifact, I hear you saying this, but can I ask a question? Like, is for as a backup keeper for Arsenal, are you happy with it? Because at this point, just your opinion, even if you're a fan of nobody, it's okay. It just feels like Mikel is obsessed with he's obsessed with goalkeepers. Sorry, my brain froze. Because every season I can almost predict, and I always used to say it jokingly, but now I don't know, man. It looks like that guy is as if if he doesn't sign a goalkeeper, his spirit is not okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I'm looking for number one. So if that guy is what you call it, if that guy is the number two for Arsenal, I don't know if I want him as a number one. With all respect to him, I don't know. Number one, I don't want him as number one. Let's see. Enable. Oh, why am I doing this now? Yes. What am I doing? Please use this instead. What am I doing? Okay. Let's see here. Kepa received the humbling of a lifetime, and he done so well with Bournemouth. Probably the best keeper for 5 minutes. Okay. When you add the context of the price, I can't be mad at it. Fair enough. Ne? Mara, number one. Hey, Mara, we spent 70 for Onana, so who am I to, you know? Who am I? But it still worries me. Onana to Kepa. Hey, but it's not. We could do worse, I suppose. We could do worse. And then if he played a full season for us, I won't be mad. So okay, I don't want to put words into your mouth. You're not saying he's better than Raya, right? You're just saying that if he was playing for the whole season or it was Raya, either one, you are fine with either one. Is that what you're saying? Because the more I think about Onana, the more I'm wondering, am I in a position to be picky? Mara. Guys, goalkeeper is fundamentally one of the most important positions, and I feel like we take it for granted. Like, last year I saw with my own eyes how important goalkeeper is. I can't trauma. I can't. But anyway, guys, let me see if I can get Temba on here. I don't know if Manj is still around. I'm trying to use Video Ninja. I know you had some things to say to Mr. Temba. So we can always try to bring you back, sir. And wait, did I add that thing? No, that doesn't matter. So yeah, Mr. Manj, Temba is ready. He's here. He says he's here. Just let me know. And then I want to speak to him about Xabi because he really wanted Xabi Alonso. But that guy, some of the quotes I've been hearing at the Club World Cup and the performances, and I almost wonder, he was very quick to abandon the back three. Because if I'm not mistaken, that guy played with the back three at Leverkusen. Or am I smoking my own socks as well? I remember the guy playing with the back three. Then he went to back four. All of a sudden, these guys that were winning Champions Leagues up. It's come on, guys. It's impossible. It's impossible. But hey, control audio with OBS. See, let's do this. Yeah. Then as soon as my guest is ready, and guys, look, I'm gonna drop the guest link here for other people because me, I personally like to interact with people. I've seen people be live for like hours and then they don't interact with that, and it works for some people, I suppose, if they want. Mara, not for me. So there's the linky. Let me pin it. YouTube. There we go. Um, he's adapting to the squad he has. Is this with regards to Alonso? But like, are we not? Because okay, maybe I'm projecting. Yeah, let me be frank about. I'm not a Madrid fan. I don't have a stake in anything they are doing. Um, I simply watch them for the purposes of this channel. It helps me to be up to date with what they're doing. But some of the quotes I've heard him say at the Club World Cup, it's reminiscent of some of the stuff I've heard between Ruben and Ten Hag. Like, the pain will come, we must go through. I'm like, ugh, those words, bro, because the pain came with Ruben. Fast. The pain, yo. Um, and I'm like, yo, I think we've had more than enough of big clubs failing, guys. Let's be honest. Like Arsenal, United, Chelsea is starting to go backwards itself. Then and mind you, I must be careful what I'm saying because these people have revenue. Mara, us at least we can throw money at the problem. Let's be honest. In the Premier League, we can throw money at the problem. To a degree. I mean, you don't want to end up getting relegated. That's the right word. Remember, Madrid is mostly a self-coached team, so a manager that can keep the harmony can win the stuff. I mean, that worked for Carlo, I think, in his initial seasons because, and a lot of people applauded Carlo for this in the sense that he's an old school manager. He doesn't overcoach his teams. He just sets them up and almost gives them the freedom to express themselves. Somehow went pear shaped in the last season. Zidane was also evidence of this. I don't think we saw a lot of technical prowess, but more so setting up his players and letting them play their game as best as they knew how to do it. And a lot of the people that were playing for these coaches and managers were experienced and of a high enough quality that I suppose that the self-management or the self-coaching element of it works. It makes me even wonder if maybe that's why maybe Mo didn't work out as much. Does Mo coach? He also gives me old school vibes as a manager, though. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Look, like I said, I'm not a Madrid fan, but these other teams that are getting better, the smaller teams, I don't know, guys. They don't have that thing. Like even I was watching the Champions League. It's not because I'm a United fan, but seeing no United was boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not being biased, guys. When you don't see certain teams, even like when Arsenal was missing for like a period in the Champions League, and we were watching all of these random English teams go there. With all due respect, like I know everybody wants to go to the Champions League, everybody's got the right, but not everybody's got the clout. Okay, and the fans add just as much to this tournament as much as the teams themselves do. So for me, I just feel like no United in the CL, no party. It doesn't feel like the Champions League. It's like, can you imagine a Champions League with no Bayern, no Madrid, no Barcelona, but the other teams in their league stepped up, so they're in. It feels weird. It would feel, guys. Let's be honest. Our fan bases and the rivalries between us also add to the spice of these tournaments. That's just me personally. That's how I see it. So United, I need us to be back in the CL, bro, because I even when I try to watch other teams, it's boring, guys. Even the knockout stages, it's like when my home country doesn't go to tournaments, I feel so sad because I'm like I can't support somebody else the same way I would support my team. But unlike my home country, United also they add something, guys. And the tournaments know this. I mean, look at what Mark is saying. Shout out to you, Mark, my bro. Hey, I don't know. I sent Temba the video ninja link because um Evu Max was moving shady, and I prefer to use that when I'm collaborating with OBS. But and I sent him a message. I must call him. I sent him a message. But anyway, Mark is saying the Club World Cup misses big bad United, bro. It doesn't have that thing. They took the wrong Manchester. Let's be honest. Like the blue side of Manchester is just. It's not the same. It's like when they win when they win stuff. It's like okay, we are happy for you. Nobody cares at all. True. Actually, take the most successful teams from the big leagues instead of the likes of Salzburg, bro. You know what the problem with the Club World Cup also is, and I was actually gonna speak about the Club World Cup towards the end because it's been such a boring tournament, and nobody can convince me otherwise, guys. I watched the big games, and it still felt like a preseason friendly, guys. Like shout out to Brazil teams though. Like they doing their thing. They collecting their W's and their money. But yo, this tournament. The problem with this tournament is that they gave Europe so many spots, and they are filling those spots with nothing, bro. Nothing, nada. Should have brought us. You see the people with the huge with the rich history. They know us. They should have brought us. You wanna see serious things? Have Man United versus Arsenal or Man United versus Liverpool in the quarterfinal of the Club World Cup. You will see record attendances. Whether people like it or not, it is a fact. Write it down. United by itself, these people thought Messi alone is enough, with all due respect. You have to have both of the legendary players at the tournament for it to have that thing. When only one of them is competing for it, it's boring. There's no narrative. But football is also about a story. There's a story. And sometimes the leagues cheat. Let's be honest. Sometimes the teams cheat. The leagues cheat to tell whatever narrative they want to tell. Because you can't convince me that some of the calls we've seen in these past few seasons make sense for any team. Because you look back and you're like, the people who won the league were not that good, guys. Some of us got cheated with some of the referee calls. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but deep down, you guys who watch the game, you know it's true. Plus, Inter Miami only there cause Messi, so teams being there for clout wouldn't be so strange, bro. Especially for the first iteration, brother. United probably would have been cooked, right, in its current state, but it would have added the thing that the organizers want, bro. You want people. There's a reason why. Sorry for people who didn't want this, but there's a reason why. When the Super League thing was happening, these people didn't go and approach Newcastle, bro. Like, come on, like with all due respect, they knew which clubs they needed to target to get the thing started, because the first impression of anything matters at the end of the day. And my first impression of this thing is why. It's boring. Like, it's not even value for entertainment, bro. I just saw a bunch of old, tired people, because there were a lot of retired players out there because of the MLS. It's boring. I enjoyed watching Sundowns try to hold it down for Africa, because the other African teams, you guys are boring. You guys did nothing. Should have just taken a Pirates and a Chiefs just so we can increase the vibes. You guys brought nothing. Labora. Artifact saying United in the same group with Sundowns, and maybe Sundowns would have went through. my hate for Sundowns right now. I'm trying not to say anything funny. But maybe we would have had a chance. But after seeing what Sundowns did to Dortmund, then maybe it would be more embarrassment for us. But guys, you get what I'm saying. Like the new format of the Champions League, United, it's so unfortunate you were so bad you couldn't be there for the first iteration of this thing. Because at first I didn't buy into it, but as it went, I sort of enjoyed the new format, to be honest. And at some point, we were all going to have to get over it and just go with the flow. Now, World Cup, Club World Cup. And here's the funny thing about the Club World Cup, mind you. The original format of the Club World Cup is still going to happen in winter under a different name. So again, I ask, outside of the money thing, why? Why? You guys had to lower ticket prices. That's how uninterested. But also America, guys. Are we not worried about hosting the World Cup in North America, guys? Let's have an honest conversation. This was never part of the programming that was scheduled for today. But are we not worried about hosting this thing in a country that doesn't rate the sport? Me personally, I don't think the US rates the sport. Now there might be some American fans, because I've seen my fair share of fans that actually enjoy like the sport. They follow teams. They've educated themselves. They've been to games. Another advantage of the dollar. Some of us the rand, but the States, I don't know, bro. And I think America has hosted the World Cup before, if I stand to be corrected. But there's just so much things that it feels like it's not going to be an enjoyable tournament. And I know we said this about Qatar. They said this about South Africa. It was a vibe. Sharp. But America doesn't rate the sport, right? The turnout for this Club World Cup, and maybe we can say it's down to the fact that teams like Al Nassr that has Ronaldo wasn't there, United wasn't there, Liverpool wasn't there. Maybe. Because those teams have big fan bases, So maybe that didn't help. But the time zones, guys, let's be honest. Like to a degree, the World Cup has to be hosted within the range of the European countries, because that's where, like between South America, Africa, and Europe, that's where the bulk of the fans who enjoy the sport are. That's where the 7 billion people who are watching a World Cup are from. That's why Qatar worked. Qatar is not in a crazy time zone, guys. South Africa, more or less in Europe's time zone. Even when we had it in Rio, I think Rio was like 3 hours ahead of South Africa. It's not crazy, bro. I'm not waking up. Like Sundowns' first match was at midnight, bro. Like even if I was a Sundowns fan, I'm not staying up at midnight. There's a reason why I don't watch American sports. I'm not staying up at 2 o'clock to watch NBA. I'm not crazy. It's not that deep, even if the sport is nice. I mean, even with F1, at least there's a calendar where they go to different places and I'll catch it when it comes to my time zone. It's fine. But this Club World Cup, I looked at it and I said, I don't know. And maybe I'll miss out in terms of YouTube, because there's that aspect of it for me. There's the streaming part of it, for content to grow. And a lot of people, credit to them, have done it. But that's also because the big channels, it's their jobs. They can afford to do it. I'm a working person, bro. I love YouTube for what it is. Like, I'm not getting paid to do YouTube. Shout out to Proper Ostrich for even sponsoring me, bro. And helping me to get the graphics out here in these streets, But it's not my job. I still have a job to go to in the morning. Most people who are watching the World Cup have jobs to go to, bro. And most of those people happen to be on this side of the world. So, FIFA, and also, guys, and this is funny because me, I don't mind capitalism, but America takes the capitalism thing to extremes. Like some of the ticket prices, like who's supposed to go watch this tournament? Let's be honest. So South Africans like me, like the ordinary South African, can't even dream of one game because I'm paying for flights, I'm paying for a visa, I'm paying for accommodation. The food is expensive. They're going to want me to tip at their restaurants. Getting around is going to be expensive. And then there's still the ticket. How? You guys. So I just feel like there's too many factors. And guys, you're gonna come back to this video next year. And you're gonna remember when I said this. I don't think the attendance is going to be fantastic for the World Cup in America. I don't know if we're going to get a nice World Cup in America, to be honest. That's just my personal perspective. But Artifact is saying 1 second, Artifact. Let me just boop do this. You guys, it's not working. But anyway, Artifact is saying, let's be honest. If it was here in SA stadiums, would be at least half full, bro. You know the nice thing, I guess, for overseas people. Yo, let me reduce Timbers. Yo, what up, Timber, bro? You doing?
Bro, big up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. Are you using your phone's camera?
Yeah, but I'm trying to just I'm switch now. I'm gonna switch it right now. Just give me a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Just stay here on the show. Let me just. I'll jump in now.
Cool, bro. But like, coming back to what Artifact is saying, bro. If you hosted here, one, most countries' currencies got a better buying power in South Africa, so it's not going to be overly expensive. Two, locals can come watch it. Most of African people can come watch. It's not that expensive for the most part to make it to South Africa. We've got our public. It's not that bad, guys. You can still take buses. There's how train to most to like a soccer city or whatever. There's my city in Cape Town to the Cape Town stadiums. So and also we actually care about football here. We care about football in this country. This continent cares about football. You see how it is when we've got AFCON. So I just feel like for me, America is just it's a mistake. It's a mistake. I hope I'm wrong because World Cup only comes once every 4 years, guys. So yeah, ish. Mark saying it's going to be huge, bro. You saying in the States, ne? I hope so, bro. Like I said, I don't want to be negative because remember they said Qatar was not going to be good. I enjoyed Qatar, despite all the negative stuff that was attached to that. Whether true or not is irrelevant. I enjoyed Qatar, so I'm not going to dismiss the possibility that America will be fantastic. But I'm just saying from a viewership thing, I'm not going to be surprised if they don't make the kind of numbers that other World Cups have made. But yeah, I could be wrong, bro. But this Club World Cup, I'm definitely not feeling. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. The tournament is 2 months long and not 3.5 weeks, and the games are 3 days apart. Fair. And you know what? This is also a fair point. Mexico is a big footballing country, so maybe they'll save it. But not America, guys. I'm convinced. Not America. Mexico can save this World Cup. Um, bro, don't be biased. You host a World Cup already. It's CONCACAF turn. Bro. Okay. Nah, I'm just saying, like specifically for the United States, it just feels funny. Like if it was on, like other, like, bro, there are countries in the CONCACAF that can host the World Cup, and I can believe it will be successful because those countries enjoy football. I think that's the main point here. But I just feel like some elements like time zones might affect some people's willingness to watch it. Some people. I'm not saying it's going to be every World Cup will still be the World Cup, bro. Like if what you call that tournament they play in America, the NFL one, if that can get the viewership it does, then I think World Cup will be fine. I'm just saying I don't know if I'll be there for the group stages, maybe the knockout stages. Um, because again, it's still the World Cup. I don't want to miss it only comes once every 4 years. I still need to watch this the World Cup. I need it. So you know, I'm just giving my 2 cents, bro. At the end of the day, what is going on here? Did we lose? Oh, I think Temba switched to devices. Hang on, people. I think the second host of this channel is here. Let me see. Yo, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you loud and clear. So
Nice.
let's get to it, man.
I'm just trying to see. I'm still trying to sort my camera out, but bro, I can do without the camera, man.
Ah, no
So
stress,
big
bro.
up to you, big up to everybody watching, man.
Yeah, bro. We
So
slowly
what's
need to
up?
bring
What's up?
we still
What's up?
we slowly need to bring the show back, bro, because my own fan base has been pissing me off, bro. Like, we've been talking, bro. Like, sometimes when I'm on these streams with these guys, bro, I feel like punching the wall, bro. Because how are people already saying title charge?
Saying what?
Title charge, bro. We, you know, you sign Cunha.
With how many players?
Well, technically it's one because
You've not even confirmed the sign of Mbuemo as yet,
yeah,
and they're
bro.
talking about title charge. Your fan base, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And honestly, you know what is this, man? I don't feel for your fan base. You know why?
Okay.
Because you guys have a fan base, but you guys they are just too deluded and they cannot just see reality for what it is. Right now, when you look at when you just go back to when Al Hilal offered United 120 million pounds,
Yeah, for
like that money would have done a lot. And you had people saying we cannot sell Bruno, we can't sell him. Who is going to give the GA? That's it's crazy. Like whatever you guys are right now, like a neutral fan, Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan will just enjoy watching the show. Just what you guys are. It makes no sense whereby you had opportunity of getting rid of Bruno Fernandez. Not that is the problem. It's not the problem. But it's part of the problem. You had the opportunity of getting rid of this guy. Let him go to Saudi. Use that money. You could get 2, 3 players with that same amount of money. And the problem here is this: United fan base, they don't just sit back and just judge things from let's just be realistic. There's what they call being realistic and being stupid, man. Being stupid is whereby you believe that they will sign a goalkeeper, sign a right back, sign a midfielder, and sign a striker. Whereby, when did we hear about Mbuemo being linked to United? How many weeks ago? And there's no year we go as yet.
I mean, that's what I was trying to say at the
Here we
beginning,
go.
bro. Like, most of these
Because
transfers,
basically,
they don't happen overnight, bro. Like, it's work that has to be put into the transfers.
Vinita, you know why it look as if it does not happen overnight.
Mm.
It's because of the fact we are seeing the same thing we saw last season, whereby these guys, if they don't sell Scott McTominay, Manuel Gate is not going to come in. Because, and I look at it and I say, it's just, I think it has to do with finance as well. Because they know very well that if probably, let me use example as for Casemiro right now. If Casemiro is in United, he's getting paid. And Cunha comes in, he also starts getting paid.
Yeah.
Mbuemo comes in, they will be paying Mbuemo as well, and it adds to the whatever to the expenses of the club. So rather, they would want to get rid of one player first to bring in another one, because we basically we saw it last season. Go check. Scott McTominay left, one player came in, another left, another came in. We do not have a situation whereby the team linked to these players, the guy, Liverpool,
Mm.
Florian Wheat, done. Kekes, done. How many players have Liverpool signed already? Man City signed how many players in January? They spent 150 million pounds. Already, they've brought Nuri, done.
I hear
These
you,
guys
bro.
are not playing. United base. You don't understand that already. You guys are behind already. You are everybody right now. You are behind. And the fact alone, let me just say this, the fact that Ratcliffe, Omar Barada, John Wickos prioritize Lian Delap over Gyökeres just tells you how shambolic that club is being run to the ground. Like, how do you prioritize a striker that plays for a championship side over a striker like Gyökeres that gets the goals, gets job done? And people now are talking about that I don't want him anymore. Since he's talking about Arsenal, I don't want him anymore. But you guys forget you also disrespected the player by going for Lian Delap over Gyökeres.
Fuck him.
So basically,
Sorry. Sorry.
Mark,
Sorry.
Mark,
Facts. Facts.
let,
You're
let
speaking
yeah.
facts there. You're speaking facts. I support it.
So because
Yes.
for me, it makes no sense. And people are talking about this guy being angry. Gyökeres. He should be angry. Because I back and see United being saying they prioritize Lian Delap. They could not even get it done. They could not get that done. And this club, like, is being run to the ground, honestly. And it's sad to see the way things are unfolding. It's sad. It's honestly sad. Take a look at what is happening right now. I remember when I said that Alejandro Garnacho is going to go through the same route that Rashford did if he is not managed the proper way. Now, one thing I will say is this then, Garnacho, what he did when Aston Villa shirt, I know people thought it's not deep. And I'm sorry, it never made sense to me because you are a player under a contract with United. Because that guy knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Not at the club, but at the fan base. That was up. Fuck you guys. That was what he was doing there. After I got him, whatever he said, I backed him up. I backed him up. Because for me, there is no way you will come to a club. This guy gave everything he could give to get to the final 90 minutes.
Yeah, that one is
Whatever
on.
he said
that,
after the game,
nah, that one is
he
on
said
Ruben,
it
bruh.
from being,
Bruh.
but this one he did with
I don't think that is to the
what is it
fans,
called? With
though. I
Aston
think that is
Villa.
to Ruben and the management. I will say that because one thing I would say is our youth, he so wanna be Ronaldo, right? In a
Yeah,
sense. Now that is his hero, that is the guy he's striving to supersede at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But realistically, I'm not saying that he in that level or anything like that. I'm just saying that basically is going to follow that kind of vibe, and Ronaldo never really disrespect the fans. So Garnacho not going to do that. I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
that is
yeah,
more like a piss take at. You see, listen, yeah. Now, while everybody know I back Ten Hag, but everybody know I put it out there. I back in Ruben Amorim. I prepare to back him because listen, I don't see White have L coming in to save the day. So I want to get this man 3 full seasons. I don't care. I here for it. You understand?
Okay.
But you still can't blind faith manager. You should be able to critique the manager making mistakes,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
the funniest thing is that now I watch real football. Everybody hates real football. Young players, when a new manager come into a club, young players who was now breaking into the first team or coming up from the youth or in the first team or first season, they always struggle.
Mm.
Some of them just get put out of the team. Some of them get sold. Not meaning there's problem players or bad players, but the manager, they don't what the manager want to do. And of course, managers just have their agenda. They want to get their players, and in order to do that, you're going to have to burn some players. You
fact,
understand? Whether it's
fact,
senior players or young players, you're going to have to sacrifice them. And if you look at young players, United team to see all of them to some way, shape, or form, whether a lot or minimal, they regressed. They all did. Yeah, not one of them showed the promise of the lights. Remember the trilogy picture with Hoyland, Garnacho, and Kobe
And Kobe.
sitting on the thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, them have it on the phone screen and thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The trilogy, the new
Mark,
return, the series here. But all of a sudden, the
Mark,
trilogy is rubbish. Get rid of them. So
yeah,
my
Mark.
thing is, right? Things people don't look at is that no, this I rated him long before when he came, it was not the best time. He could have come at the end of the season, would have been a better situation. Or come at the beginning of the season, because realistically, when he come in, a team set up to progress in Ten Hag style of football, not in his style of football. And of course, we had youngsters in the team, 4 to 5 of them that people are paying attention to. Definitely are going to suffer by this new role that they will have to play, new requirements, new setup, new formation, new tactics. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the weirdest thing is that he kept playing some of these players, even when their form was rubbish. He played them for 90 minutes and on end, on end, on end. And then he blamed them. He blamed the youngsters in Man United team more and even indirectly more than any of the senior players in the squad this season. Imagine a fan base that usually protects their young players, that promotes the young players, turn on all of the young players. But hey, people wouldn't say it's blind faith. They will say the manager is right. But you cannot tell me that we never had a top manager who ever, after a final loss, blame the young player on the team who played the league minutes. There's only a senior player. Whether it could have been Bruno, it could have been you could have blame on our miss. You could have blamed most of players. But blame a player, and you don't only blame him then, you blame him 2 weeks before in the semi-final in a chance. We win 6-2 and 3-1 after that. He's still blaming him. And for me, it's a weird situation because I rate this man before he come to United. I look at the situation, I feel like I was naive in my rating on this manager because he's showing me an experience. Yeah, a Man United manager is not a manager that has any without any kind of credibility and credit. Never say when it is not important to Man United because that's what the Funk club is built on. Where is our cup, FA Cup, Europa League, whatnot? We are built on winning trophies. Whether the Prem is one, that's just one king. Compete for one trophy a season. I don't know no Man United fan that is wake up every year at the beginning of the season and say, I just want to win the Prem alone. I win trophies. I don't believe that.
Mark, one thing I will say about this, something you mentioned about this, three guys, Kobe, Garnacho, and who else? Rasmus Højlund, is this. We are not new to it. United have been failing youths for how long? Like, take from to Garnacho, to Maino, to Rasmus. They like the youth development at the club at the moment, it's not a good one. Now, I'm coming to I've been saying it. I said I don't think mine think he's a good player, and I think if honestly, what I would say is this: whosoever does not fit into a system, how about let's get rid of them, let's sell them for money, because I can tell you, or there will be a club out there that will be to give United 60-70 million for Rasmus. I'm sorry, for Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
Like in January, we're talking about 60 million. But right now, would you pay for, you guys will, like, you would do, it will be a miracle if you guys can get 45 million pounds for Garnacho right now.
But that's also not the players. And that's the funniest.
No, Mark.
The fact that we put that out there that he is unwanted. Yeah. And
Mark,
people are so happy and excited about that. But that tell every single club is open season is fire sale, bro.
no,
Come
Mark,
on, let me be real.
I
We
know.
are all businessmen to some extent. Right?
We,
This
we
is
know.
this is where he is turning to a shark. Yeah, because blood is in the water. And who poured the blood in the water, bro? What? Garnacho can tell everybody he failed. And whether or not Garnacho and the manager have a spat or he say this or he say that, that don't have nothing to do with his value. What the manager says has a direct impact on that player's value.
I
Not to
know.
the club, not on transfer market, but on what the club could sell him for. Because basically, when you tell the world you don't want you not go and play him, bro. Every single club out there that going into the transfer window selling themselves, hey, but they not go and play this guy. So they can't tell us that he's an important player. They
Yeah.
can't tell us that he is almost irreplaceable. They can't tell us that he's an amazing talent because they don't want him.
Yeah, that's true because
Simple. That's it.
because we
Then-
did the same thing with
then
Sancho.
Garnacho
Remember,
made things
we
worse.
took him on tour. We made it seem like everything was fine for the sake of not
Yeah.
jeopardizing the value of selling the player. With Garnacho, we've basically just said we've banished you to the shadow realm. So find a club essentially. Is the words I heard,
You just say bonnet, bro.
which is
You
affecting.
understand? And this is where it's get weird for me because, bro, it's get weird for me in this situation because one, Amarim needs signings. He need money. You just lost the 100 mil, 200. That would have signed all your players that had Champions League. It would have had no issues getting Gokers.
I know the worst thing is this, Mark. Like, I never understood what's doing saying it does not want Bruno to leave the club. Because he is the one.
Care for Bruno, not
No, Mark, we are having a conversation here because
Forget that wasn't the 200 million I talking about. When
I
they
know,
win the Europa
that's what I'm
League, they
saying.
get 80 mil.
And
When they
that's why I
get
bring it
qualified
out.
for the
I
Champions
know.
League, they get 120, 200 mil. We didn't need to sell Bruno at that point. We have 140 million headroom. When you earn 200 million in that same operating year, the headroom doubles. So that we got 280 million ability to spend cash.
Even after the Europa, Al Hilal brought the money still. And Ruben said Bruno is not for sale. And that is on Ruben. It's
well,
Ruben.
okay,
Because
we could agree
if it
on
goes
that
wrong,
now.
if it goes wrong, it's on Ruben. Because I can
Be
tell you,
fair.
Mark, 100 million pounds, it would do a lot.
I'm not saying
It would do a
no,
lot.
but let me tell you something, Temba, right? And this is another thing you have to remember, right? You had all sorts of offers for that fella they call Madrid, right? And even though Madrid was past his prime, he didn't take 50, he didn't take 60, he didn't even take 70. Yeah? You remember Man City 2 seasons ago offering money for Madrid. It had teams offering money for Madrid. Big money, I know they didn't take it. You know what I mean?
See his impact, man.
And no, hold on. Just as important as Modric is for Real Madrid, bro. Yeah, Bruno is to Man United. You might not think it, but let me tell you something, bro. We as fans just see it. When Bruno not in that team, we are disorganized.
Mark,
When you have creativity,
Mark, you guys just finished things with Bruno in the team.
that had nothing to do with Bruno.
Yeah, but for the most
how you
part,
gonna blame Bruno for the team when
I'm
the
not
man have 14 plus
blaming.
GA?
I'm not blaming on Bruno. I'm just saying, because one thing is this, man, I will tell you for sure, Bruno as well does not suit Amorim's system. That's
I have a feeling of
Amorim's
that
system
recently watching
doesn't
what
fit
Amorim do in the
nobody.
final.
Honestly.
You put a man who's scoring all the goals and getting all the assists, and in the
Doesn't
final,
fit.
you make the DM. You
Okay, but
basically
Timber,
make the DM.
sorry, Mark.
So I don't
Timber,
understand
was
what he's
like-
doing.
Temba, can we be honest though? When we look at that 15th position and the performance of the team, who did that team favor? Like the way it was set up, because it had a lot more weaknesses than strengths, bro. Like everybody looked like crap, and it's impossible for a collective team, whether it's the reserves, the bench, or the first team, to all look bad at the same time, bro. In football, when that happens, most of the time you have to look at the person managing them, because it's like, fam, how can everybody be off form at the same time? And it was proven in the decision making that he did with regards to Tottenham, bro, because we had no business losing that game, bro, no matter how bad United is. But fundamentally, the way he wants to set up and the people he loves or doesn't like let us down, bro. And the utilization of certain players, bro. Because if you see Ahmad working in the wing back, why on earth are you putting him in number 10? If Bruno has been successful where he's been, why are you shifting him into another position
I don't know,
when
bro.
you're not supposed to do that, bro? Mount has barely played, bro, and you bench Garnacho. So for me, I just feel like overall,
He loves Mount, bro.
yeah,
He lost Mount.
that's his love
He
Has been
child,
loves
saying
bro.
Mount,
it.
bro.
He has been
He
saying it.
loves Mason Mount for some reason. And he likes Luke Shaw. And the two players they bring on the pitch is Cook or Sweetie. And people want to sit down here and complain that Garnacho as a youth man. And this is the funniest thing, fellas, eh? Yeah, these is youth men, bro. Like, we all have brothers and sisters, King. And at 18, 19, 20, the way them was behaving, we would have not behaved that like that when we was that age. And that shows about the difference and the qualitative change in the upbringing of youngsters nowadays. Yeah, they're not that mature at 20 years old. Most of them still in their mind 17. You understand? So if you don't look at these fellas like kids, you expecting too much maturity from some of these youngsters.
Mhm.
And the funniest thing is that they will not, the same fellas that complain about these youth men the way they do, they will not complain about the siblings and relatives this way who behave the same way or worse. In fact, they will protect them. And the funniest thing is that, I am not trying to say Garnacho should stay. I'm just saying we should sell him. But don't ruin our chances again, top dollar, bro. You understand? But then still want to build, man. After you tell the world you're not going and play him at Man United
And you see,
Bro,
because you need to be the big bad wolf.
like one thing I'll say is this, man. What Amorim did, because for me, like I said, I think Garnacho have every right to say what is said after that Tottenham game. He
Of
had
course.
the right to say so. Now,
Of
it is left
course.
for Amorim to understand that he's actually speaking the fact. As far as I know, okay, I'm the boss, I'm the coach, but you should be able to know that, yes, understand that he has the right to do so because Saturday he was there, Thursday he was there, Sunday and actually has been playing. And I said Mason Mount. I see Mason Mount starting in that
You
final.
tell me that, and I tell you, no way he go change a winning team.
I told you that I would not
Garnacho,
be
listen, yeah.
shocked.
You want to know something? Despite
Will
all
not.
the misses he made this season, fellas, right? You know the player in Man United who had the most opportunities at a goal scoring chance? And I'm talking about he had so much chances. He had twice as many as some other players.
Well, see what I'll say is this, man.
Watch me. The man was number one for getting into into one-on-one situations for Man United. And he was three in the Premier League,
Man,
yeah,
in the top
bro.
three, or something like that in the Premier League, King.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm
honestly,
not
man.
saying keep him. Like this, fellas, don't think that I
No,
saying to
no,
keep
no.
the
I,
king.
I was
I
sincerely,
just
man.
giving out men the facts. When you take
No,
a player like that off against a C team, Tottenham Hotspurs, a C team, because
Bro,
all the
those
whole
guys were
midfield
there for
gone,
the taking,
Son on the
bro.
bench, 78 minutes, 78 minutes, men watching we down 1-0, boy. And then when you bring on men, 78, and then you want to blame the youth, man.
bro.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what is this, man? And honestly, that game was made for Garnacho. I'm sorry, but
See the
watching
beginning.
that game was
It was
made
not
He
for
made
would have
for
killed
Mount.
it.
Garnacho.
That
Oh,
much.
man, them.
That much we know. Mount shouldn't have been there. Yo,
Ah,
Bro,
man.
what game made for Mount King?
None. Yo, Mount.
ish.
Yo, man. Are you there, bro? You can jump in. Even though people can't see you, you're here. You're on the show. Feel free.
I know you
Yo,
know
can you hear
Mount
me?
in
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah, bro.
Munch.
Big up to
Yo,
you, man.
Man,
yeah,
Gemma
man.
Trinidad country, boy.
Yeah, doing all right. Although he let us down the other week, but here we are. Anyway, I've been watching the Club World Cup, enjoying it. Shout out to the Sundowns, great effort. Can't be
Bro,
disgraced. Trinidad, they're playing at England right now. They're scoring goals, but they're not winning. But here we are. On to the subject in hand. The Manchester stress that has been causing us for the last 10 years. I've been saying it. I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers here now. That's what I'm here to do. Rebuilds and all that business. There's no rebuild until these owners go. People, do you know why? Before everyone cuts me off, I'm gonna say this. Go and look at streams, right? Every game we lost, and there's been about 20, 30 of them. That's the key word we've been hearing. We're in a rebuild. There's no rebuild, my friends. Owners go. No, I'm not a journalist like a Ornstein or Fabrizio, blah, blah, blah. But the harsh reality is, yeah, I signed up a paper.
We
Honestly,
wanted our full sale king. These
I know,
owners
man.
in
I
us.
know.
But like funny enough, bro. I didn't care who buy Man United. I mean, that buy we the hell we cheap ways. Be out money early and
100%.
you want to make it back quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
But this partial thing I was never for. And for all the people, this way we had to get chairs.
Yeah.
Man.
You did your best. You will win the battle one day. But you know, pre-season lift the trophy parade. That's where we come in handy.
We can't
We'll
afford
beat.
that, bro.
Huh?
Afford that is bad.
Hey, you can't even afford test these days. But
Hey,
it's the harsh reality, isn't it, Mark
bro.
and Vegeta? And that's where we are now. People just want to win the UB Arsenal trophy. You know what I mean? People just want to bunch over clubs. But when other clubs about 30 points above us, they don't win. They just can't separate the wood from the trees and that.
Bro, you know what's
Which is why I'm a bit. I'm going after. I'm making notes this year. Guys like KG. Reckless stuff, then must be sent to court. That's where I'm at. And I've said some must stuff myself, but you know what? There's no time at the present. We've been suffering, and I've suffered enough.
Bro, if you know what, I wouldn't like to tell you, bro. I click a bunch of tickets to pay for tickets to go to watch
Yeah,
games. In real, like unreal super optimism and positivity because it's like 25
yeah,
pounds more for ticket or 30 pounds more, even with
yeah.
the with discount. Like, bro, in something this time, I'm buying my tickets and I'm disappointed. And stuff like, bro, like if I should go to the games this season, bro, like real talk, bro. And when I say that, bro, is because I don't know what we're doing as a football club. Yeah. I mean,
What
you're
is
bringing a
Mark?
manager. You're bringing a manager. Of course, he's a top
Yeah,
manager, but you ain't support. Nah, that, I mean, let me be honest, bros. We
yeah,
was
yeah.
never facing relegation for
Nah,
4 points off top four in 14th position.
yeah,
So if that was the excuse for Jim, cool. To
yeah.
be real, if you
Mm-hmm.
was to sack the man, why the hell you didn't just sack him after the FA Cup, bro? God, Man United,
Mm-hmm.
you say he's a fanboy, and I back King, but the reality is the reality. As a Man United fan, he's gone. I don't care, right? Done. And my back end gone. At the end of the day, I back in Man United. You
Exactly.
tell me you're a Man United fan. Yeah, I didn't like you, didn't you? But you tell me you're a Man United fan, and this is shit you bring in from you try man, bro. It's like buying Martinez and selling on over Onana. It's like you're just trying to tell me that garbage smelling better than dog shit. I don't
But the
understand.
problem is, what the
Understand?
problem is, the problem is, Mark and Vegeta and Temba, we're fixated now on watching our favorite player succeed over the team that had the same players involved. Player FC is taken over, guys. It's toxic like that. That's why we'll never learn.
Yeah, like Mark, you just said it all. Player FC and player power is going on here now
Yeah.
because Onana somehow still believes he wants to prove people wrong. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's not. I'm sorry, he's a decent goalkeeper, but I don't just think he's United goalkeeper because one thing is this man. There's a difference with doing the job for Inter Milan, Ajax, and doing it
Mhm.
for United because we have seen so many goalkeepers come to this club and crumble. We
Yeah.
have.
Bro, the pressure is real, King. When
The
I tell
pressure
you,
is different. So I don't know. Right now, I'm sure Amorim wants Onana gone. I'm sure he will like him. Probably as a person, he likes him as a person. But I don't think that is the part he wants. But can you guys get rid of Onana? The answer is no. Because I believe if Amorim goes to the board and say, I want him gone, the board will go to Onana. Do you want to go or you want to stay? I want to stay.
I mean, he's
Because
not going to give up big wages and play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, is he? He would do that.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Honestly.
it's just so weird that the board going to ask the men if they want to go. Like, brother,
Yeah.
where's all the job? What are they
Yeah.
doing? Why are we paying all it to be on the board? Are they supposed to be telling men, hey, it's time. The
Because
time come.
because
The
what you
time to
guys should
go,
be
a
doing
wise
is
man once
Exactly.
this.
said.
What you should be doing is this. A minimum bring you to the club. Onana.
Let's
Stay,
talk
or you
about
want
the
to
shit to garbage, bro. Come
no,
on.
no, 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 no,
Come
no.
on.
Mark,
Emi Martinez have the
You
Martinez.
most
might take
Oh,
it.
2 seasons. As
no,
a
bro,
goalkeeper, he
Mark,
has the most mistakes in the Premier League that lead to goals, two back-to-back seasons.
Mark, Mark,
Trying to go. I don't want.
trying to be realistic here
I got a bounce, guys, but I'll
because
catch you guys later, yeah?
Diego
Take care.
Costa, you
It's
think you have
better.
the funds to get Diego Costa?
Yes.
You don't have the funds.
Yes, we do.
Temba, stop saying that, bro. You know, Man United's got
We,
money, bro.
let me explain
Yeah.
something. Man, you know what money this month right now? Out of
Bro.
140 million, we spent
Increase.
20 million. 50 clearance to spend.
Okay,
Right?
okay, let me tell
When we
you,
buy
you
Mbemo,
have
yeah,
90
no,
million.
hold on. When
I'll start
we buy Mbemo, when we buy, right? Buy Mbemo, 40 million. Yeah, right? When we finish buying Mbemo and we go and buy whoever else, have spend still.
bro.
Yo,
No,
can you
you
guys hear me?
laughing at the facts,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I can hear
I got a dip. Yeah,
So
I
the
got a dip.
same.
You guys take care.
Okay,
Big up to you, man.
big up
Have
to
a
you, big
great
up to
one,
you.
bro. See, but this same timber,
Yes,
how
sir.
the paying, the down paying money, paying in over terms over seasons.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the deal with them Bremo, like Cunha, is 20 down, 10 million a season for 4 seasons.
They don't want it.
They took it.
No.
That's why going on live to talk about because Brentford accept the deal, 65 million guaranteed.
So, who are they going for next?
Well, they say it's Gyökeres, but I don't know, bro, because I hear Liverpool. Well, they say it's Gyökeres, but I don't know, bro, because I hear Liverpool join the race for Victor Gyökeres and if Liverpool join the race with the way they're spending money right now, yeah, they are Champions League. Their manager not saying Champions League is not important. Winning a cup is not important and things. So,
Eh?
you know,
Wait, did
simple.
not say that.
Oh no, that's what we manager say. Winning a cup not important.
Wow.
You didn't hear when Amarim say that? Amarim said that 7 days before the final. Boy, go and check the press conference, boy. The man say winning days before the final. Boy, go and check the press conference, boy. The man say winning a cup don't change nothing, boy. When that man say that and we sat and play nothing, boy. When that man say that and we sat and play that final, I know he sabotaged me, boy.
Why
I
us?
know he stole that game, bro. I know it in my heart. I know it in my heart, boy, Vegeta, boy. I telling all that. That man sabotage we in that final. That my word. That my final word tonight. Big up to all that. I telling all that now. That is one thing I go and be vexed with Amarim, bro, until he bring me a trophy. He sell we out, bro, because it was too hard to play 2 games a week next season. But that
Yeah.
way he learned the season. It's too much pressure.
Nah,
He can't
bro.
handle that. He
I
needed to be
agree with you,
easier.
bro. That's why I said I gave Ruben a bombastic side eye, bro, in that final. And but also some of the stuff he was saying in the press conferences, bro. I said, brother, we didn't get rid of Ten Hag
Bro,
for this
this man,
nonsense,
like he
bro.
was setting me up for to take this loss, bro. I telling you, boy, Vegeta, I telling you, bro. This man set me up to take this loss on the chin. Here he do.
But
Yeah, real, bro.
before you bounce though, isn't it crazy how people excused him dropping points in the league for us to not even win the Europa, bro? Because I said to people, it's not normal, bro. No matter what is happening, you have to get the 3 points, bro. Whether you're gonna be in the top six or not, that's irrelevant. It's your job. So to say, it's okay, the seasons are right off. That's where I got pissed with United fans. Personally, me, I don't know how it made you feel, Mark, but it feels so like a
Bro,
loser mentality, bro, for people to just say it's
bro,
okay. And I'm like, it's not though.
sorry. The blind faith, I am so sorry, bro. Like you want to know something, bro? I conflicted, yeah? And I'll just make this in closing. I want to say I conflicted. I conflicted because I don't want to win that final, right?
Yeah.
Because you know what people say, well, we was 14th, 4 points off top four. But guess what? We finished 15th. 32 points off top four, King. Yeah. It could have never be that close. And I'm not trying to say this to push shade on Amarim, but I'm trying to say this to let people understand. You have to be able to, because he's not without fault. And there's no way he was defending Premier League champions to FA Cup final, King, in a commanding victory. It's not no half baked. We hit them bang bang.
To believe he can actually get to play for Barcelona.
Yeah, bro. He's been
The
waiting around for
audacity to
Barca.
look at look at the Barca team. It's working for Barca team. All of a sudden, I've seen this guy said Ronaldo is his idol. I've seen him said Rooney was his idol. All of a sudden, Thierry Henry is his idol.
Yeah, bro.
It's working. Barcelona, like the audacity to believe that he will get into the Barcelona team. The audacity to believe he will get into that team.
But then
It's
why
crazy.
is Barcelona also trying to buy him
And
also?
he just got to tell you
That's
that
another weird one for me.
they don't want to buy him. Barca wants him on loan. They don't want to buy him. Barca wants him on loan. They don't want to buy him. I can tell you for free, Barcelona are not buy Rashford. They want him on loan on a reduced wages. And I know it would take 150,000 to play for Barca. Barca will not pay a dime. They won't pay. They don't want already with Nico Williams. And you ask yourself, who does Marcus Rashford bench in that team?
No one,
Who
bro.
does he bench in that team? It's just crazy. And people were saying, yeah, for the I even had somebody talking about he will sell shirts. And I asked myself,
Which shirts
like,
now?
they've
There's
got
a whole
Lemmy
Lamine,
Yamal
bro.
selling shirts. They've like they have Rafinha selling shirts. They've got Gavi, they've got Pedri, and they've got the new guy from Copenhagen,
Bro, they even got
who
Nico Williams,
were
bro.
told that United. Yeah, they got Nico Williams. I don't want to talk. I'm just talking about the kid that came in against when we actually played against Copenhagen. He came in. That kid called Rooney. He came in and just messed the whole team up. Barca have gotten that guy for 2 million. 2 million. That was a bottom for 2 million. Now they are talking about Nico Williams. So you are telling me that the Barca that has all these players will now need Marcus Rashford to come and sell shirts. It's just crazy how the fan base just they speak out rubbish. They speak out nonsense. It's mind blowing. And for Ganacho, I'm sorry. What like I love the kid, but what he did was just him just bringing his value down as well.
Yeah, bro.
He brought his value down, whereby it tells you that I want to play, I want to stay in the Premiership because I don't understand what point you want to prove. If I was Ganacho and a situation whereby Bayer Leverkusen are interested, I have Napoli are interested, I'll leave the league entirely and go there. But because he's a key, he's been petulant and he believes I want to stay in Premiership to prove Amorim wrong. Well, in my own opinion, you will not be proving him wrong because whatever you want to do at Aston Villa, why didn't you do it at Manchester United? Why don't you just do it at United? And that thing he did right now,
Yeah.
the 45 million pounds, you guys are not going to get it. Maybe you guys will be lucky to get 35 million pounds for Garnacho, honestly. But they just need to just, all those guys need to go, man. They need to go. Garnacho needs to go. Marcus Rashford needs to go. Sancho needs to go. And it's crazy whereby, like, Sancho had the opportunity to stay back Chelsea, but yet he chose money over his career.
That one is
He chose money
I don't know,
because
man.
he
Maybe
wants to. Ah, man.
Timber, you know what? I think us we just old, man.
Yeah, you guys.
These kids are just funny, bro. But you know what? Shout out to Juventus, bro. Do your thing. Get Sancho. Take him off our hands. But I wanted to ask you before we close, bro, about Alonso. Have you been watching Real Madrid in the World Cup at all?
Well, I did watch them. I watched the first, and it was not impressive at all. And what he said at first, I was on a team with a side eye. I was like, bro, if I was there, I'd be saying what you're saying. But after I watched his second game against Panchuka, the, the football going on and everything, and I think he just needs time. He needs time. But that statement he made, he was busy sounding like Amorim, like you said. I don't
Bro,
want those. I don't want it.
broski, I said, bro, that
I don't want
sounds like
it.
Ruben, bro. Don't start talking
Do-
like this, bro.
So I just want to like just understand. I'm sure someone that like this Real Madrid, bro. You don't talk like that, man. We win here, we win stuffs here. Second game, the way they played, I like to see the passes and good football. The way the good football goes. I just need to just give him time. Me, this club worker for 18, I just see it as for me, it's more of a precision, man. It's like precision for us. That's why I see it as because I watched the game. I don't even I see that it's not there yet. That thing that just tells you that this is a competition is maybe because it's the first one. But so far, good. I started that statement, like I said, I started with that statement. It's been solid. It's been solid. I just want to just see what he brings to that club, honestly. But I know I still need some as well. I still need signing. And I think it's Florentino Perez
Yeah.
to bring in players. And there are players that I would love to see. But let us wait and see if this guy is going to do anything. Because if you don't back this man up with signings, I'm sorry, he's going to fail as well. He's going to fail. Honestly,
But
he will
I'm
fail.
sure Perez will get him.
So that is it for me, man. But yeah, he has to. He has to. I'm sorry, he has to, man. He has to. If you want to, if you are going to expect something from Alonso, you need to back him up with some signings. Honestly,
Yeah, bro.
just like the way I've been saying it. I'm like, he wants him to succeed. Back him up with signings. The reason why I always go in on Tenag is Tenag was back to silence, and yet still failed. Yes, he might have won something, but at the end of the day, still got sacked. So let's see if they are going to back the manager or they're going to sack him. But if they sack him, I will not shout because you had the opportunity of taking 100 million per Bruno, and you have some players like your Mbemo, from that side, the way you guys are going, whereby you play part of mentally. You could do that. That 100 million pounds will enable you to do it for 3-4 players. Except club says want or want everything. But transfers right now is mostly like that. You pay part, then pay rest. Which is why tomorrow, don't understand that decision he made of no, it's not for sale. And I want to say next season because I know for sure we are going to be here and people are going to slander him. Slander him and slander as well and say we should have collected the 100 million. We should have it. I know being the minority, my minority believes that no, you guys should money. I don't want to know the way Vinicius Junior is. Give me 100 right now. I take it straight up. Give it to me, bro. Go. Like go. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Like it's just like Liverpool. I will tell you for sure. Liverpool regret the decision made of not cashing out on Mo Salah. Like how on earth do you say no to 220 million?
Bro,
They will be lucky to get 100 million from Saudi right now. You said no to 220 million, whereas Mbappe was still at PSG. And PSG at that point in time were willing to sell him for any amount of money because they don't want to lose on him. They don't want to go on for free. How about Musala? Thank you, bro. 200 million, 220 million. If you go to PSG and say, PSG, this is 150, 120 million, they will take it because PSG were desperate. They said no. But yes, they won the league. But for me, I still believe that's a stupid decision to make. And I believe it's still going to haunt them in the next future. Just that they've brought in the likes of your Kekes, the likes of your Florent right now, the back press. And don't be surprised, they can get that deal done because Darwin Nunes is looking like he's going to leave for Napoli.
hey, we need to get
So
Gyökeres
why
before that,
United are
bruh. Yo.
busy, still waiting Rasmus, yes, I see busy say Rasmus needs to go first. Garnacho needs to go. Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, they need to go first. Liverpool just go there, get it done once and for all. The next thing is what is a Liverpool player. So I don't know what owner of the club are doing, but and the ground man, it's just been and it's sad to see. Sad to see.
We'll
I don't
see,
know what you guys
Temba.
have to do. I
We'll
don't know
see, man.
what you have to do because people were busy protesting. People were protesting, and yet there was 75,000 people in the stadium, whereas people are busy protesting. You see, so your fan base, there are some fan base that want that club to move forward. Honestly,
Bruh,
like
let's not even.
why don't you just do something to the Glazers where it hurts them the most?
Bruh, those guys will get a signing.
Yeah, their cash.
They'll sign Gyökeres and then they'll be happy, bruh. They'll forget about the Glazers, bro. But you know what? It's fine. We'll talk about them next week, Thursday, because there's a lot of things we still have to talk about. We have to talk
Yeah,
about Sundowns' performance in the in the Club World Cup next week. We have to talk about
bro.
Luka
Yeah,
Modric
yeah,
is going to
yeah.
AC Milan, bro. Damn, that guy's been at your club for like a long time. Now he's going
AC Milan,
AC Milan. We need to talk about Napoli, bro,
bro,
because they are signing
bro.
everybody's retired players. Apparently, Napoli is doing that.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah.
topics, bro. But hey, we've already been streaming for I think 2 hours, going on 3. So we don't want to make the show any longer, guys. I
Oh.
know you guys wanted to talk to Temba. Don't worry. Next week is another chance. Manj, I know. You came specifically for Temba. You'll get a chance next week. We'll fix the internet. We'll make it better.
Don't worry, I'll be here.
And Temba will be back. But the
We'll be
Vegeta
here,
and
man.
Banks Show
We'll be here for it.
is back for the new season. We're going to be watching La Liga games, guys, on
Yeah.
the channel. Okay? So we're not watching Premier League only next season. It's going to be La Liga. We're going to be watching Barcelona, Atletico, and obviously the Real Madrid, not the fake one. To see what's going on in La Liga.
Real Madrid.
And then obviously we're going to watch the EPL to see what's going on with our teams that side. And then as a new flavor, guys, you're going to watch me suffer through Kaiser Chiefs. So please subscribe, like, and yeah, guys, we will see you next time. Yeah, no, we're going to suffer with Chiefs. We're going to suffer.
Big up to everybody, man.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Big up to you, Vegeta, as well. Don't worry, we'll be there for it, but
Going to suffer. Yo, I'm not looking
for
forward
it.
to it.
Cheers.